Well, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about how we're going to make a hanger to hang our art pieces after we made them. Uh, I've had all kinds of hangers in the past. This one here I dreamed up when we lived in Arizona because they had a lot of wind there, and I was always afraid that these projects might blow off if you just soldered a ring or something onto the edge of the glass. So if you've been watching any of my other videos, they're all called leaded glass sun catchers or leaded glass solar lanterns. You'll see how I've done this. But in this one here, we're going to just talk about how to do the hanger. This project here is one we just did. So I'm going to show you how the hanger sits in here. This is the hanger right here. You can get an idea. The chain goes through it. And we're going to show you how to do this. This is one that's mounted in the corner. This one right here. Let's turn it up on the edge so you can see it there. Get that one out of the way. This is another project we did for a video. This one's just a sun catcher using a depression plate in the center of it. And this one here, the hanger is put on the side so you can see how the hanger sits on here. Just want to give you an idea. We're going to show you how to do that one also, along with a couple other ones. One up to put a hanger if you just wanted to use a single hanger, but how to put it on the tip here. Also, this one here, we did this by drilling a hole through here and putting the cotter pin through and then spreading it. We're going to show you how to do that if you don't want to drill a hole. So we'll go offline here for a second. We're going to get set up. We'll set up a little form. We'll do the one on the corner first like we have on the solar lantern, and then we'll come back and we'll show you how to do this one on the straight edge. All right, we're back. So anyway, I set up a little form here. So we're just going to put our hanger right here in this left-hand corner right here. And to do that, we're going to take it. We're going to put it in some UCAME. This is one here is a 7/32, and we're going to across the crown, across the top here. So that's how we're going to put this in here. If you're watching my other videos, you'll see how we did this. Basically, this one here, you'll notice it has a notch cut in it. And what we're going to do, we're going to use these steel cotter pins. They're steel zinc plated, and they're 3/32 of an inch. And in order to put that in there, and we're going to conceal it underneath the cane, what we're going to do is we're going to take a pair of long nose pliers. I'll hold this up here so hopefully you can see what I'm going to do here. And I'm going to put that right in my long nose pliers, right on the loop here. Then I'm going to take a small piece of tubing. There it is right here. It has a 3/32 hole across the top. And you just take and you slide it on one of the legs, and you bend this out to 90 degrees. So it looks just like that. So this will be our hanger. This will be our hook that we're going to be able to hook our chain on and so forth. And then to put it in here, you take the one with the slot in it. You set it in here right just like that. You set your other one here. This would be your down piece. And they sit in here and they come together and they create a V right here. And I'll just take a little stick pin here and hold this one right here for me. Then on your header piece, or whatever you're going to have in there, what you want to do is you want to take your header piece and you want to grind back. See if we can see this right here. You're going to grind back a little area right here. And the reason for that is because the leg of the cotter pin is going to sit in here. And you don't want to put it up on top of your glass here, because then this part of the glass will be thicker than this part and your project will start to build crooked. And by the time you get down to the end of it, it'll have really gone crooked. So remember, grind out a little slot right here. If you don't have a grinder and you want to try this hanger system, put your cotter pin in here and then take one of your cotter pins and cut it in about 4 little pieces. Take a dab of white glue and just put a couple little pieces of that cotter pin under so that it stays flat across the edge. But you got your cotter pin in here, you got your 2 pieces of your UCAME, and this piece will slide right in here like this. And then when you get the project all done, you'll solder this joint right here and you'll solder around your cotter pin, and that'll be locked in there for the life of the project. So this is a pretty bulletproof system, because if you think about it, the leg of that cotter pin is running across the back here. So anyway, to get that out of there would be almost impossible. This one here is just running down here straight, but this one here is going to be holding all of the pressure. So that's a good way to put it on the corner of it. We're going to talk about putting one in the middle here, and we're also going to talk about if we want to put one, just a one right here on a point. So I'm going to break away real quick, and I'm going to change this around. So we'll set it, come in here with a 45-degree angle, and we'll show you how we're going to put the one on point. All right, we broke that other little setup down. We came to put together this V right here. This would be if for some reason you decide you're going to hang this project on point, which would be coming down. If you wanted to hang it on point, and you just wanted to use a single hanger right here, here's how you would do it. You would take a piece of glass that you're going to put in the corner. It doesn't have to be this big. It can be a 1x1 or whatever you want to put in there. And you take and you grind back both edges of it here. So it's going to sit in here like this. You're going to take your same came here, this one right here, with the 45s on it. So they're going to sit in here like this. And your cotter pin or your hanger is going to come out the bottom here. So in order to do that, we've got to make a cotter pin that has a 45 on it. So what we're going to do, we're going to, here again, we're going to take our long nose pliers, insert it in the loop. And this one here we're going to eyeball, and then we'll come in and we'll finish it up to make sure it fits where we want. Okay, so we're just going to guess at a 45. I'm going to say about right there. Maybe just a little bit more. I'm going to turn this over. Going to insert this in here. And we're going to bend this one out to a 45 also. Come right up to it and bend it out. And what we're looking for, when this goes in here, you can see that I bent it too far. I can just take it like this and I can just pull it back. Pull that one back a little bit too far. That's almost what we want right there. Just a little bit more right here. Still needs a little bit more. There's what you want right there. So we'll put in our U-came here. This one here may want to notch that back just a little bit. You can notch it back with your lead shears or your lead dikes. Just put a little notch in it right like that. So this is going to sit in here like this. It's going to come down like that. This one's going to go in here like this. And there's your hanger for the hanging the project on point. And so now these legs are running down the inside here. So you're going to take the piece of glass that goes in the corner here, and you're going to grind back here and here, so that when you put this piece in here, it will sit in here flat and it'll be straight. You notice here's our pointer right here, so it lines up on that point right there. And that would be for if you're taking a flat project and like this one here, and you wanted to just put one hanger right here underneath here. That's how you would do that. On these sun catchers like this one, I usually like to go with two. That keeps them from turning so much when they're in the wind. But if you go with one, you'll get quite a bit of twist with it. But if it's a small one and you don't want to put a bunch of hangers on it, that works really well. So just put it right here. You just take and grind back this piece and this piece underneath your cane and put it on there. So that would work well for you. So now we're going to take this apart, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to make the next one. And the next one's going to be, how do we make it if we want to go straight across? And that'll be like on this one here, where this same piece here, you notice here, okay, we've got our hanger right here, and it's going straight across here. Right now, what we did, we ground back this piece of glass and this piece of glass, so we hid the legs under here. So the legs are under here. When you do this on a straight area, I really recommend this. Always put it at a joint somewhere where you have a break. This will help reinforce that. If you don't do that, sometimes after they hang for a while, you'll notice that the U-came is starting to pull away from your project. So by putting it right on a joint right here, it not only strengthens that, but it keeps it from pulling away. So keep that in mind when you're putting this on. if you're into copper foil and you've just been tinning the edges and just soldering on just a ring or something, and you're worried they might come apart, try framing your copper foil with a piece of U-came from the lead side of the glass business, and see if that doesn't work for you. And so anyway, we'll break this one down and we'll come back and set up a straight one, and we're going to show you there's two methods to do the straight one. All right, we broke down that V-shaped form and we just created a straight edge one here. You notice this one's got several notches in it. I use these boards over and over and over, and when I'm building something that's on a point, and wherever the cross pieces go, I've got several notches in here. I can always line them up so my hanger can go in between them. So we'll show you what that's going to look like. But first of all, to make our hanger, here again we're going to use our cotter pin, and we're going to put our long nose pliers in here. Again, you want to hold that nice and tight. Put your tubing on here. Pull this out to 90 degrees. Then we're going to turn it around and we're going to put it in here again. And we're going to pull this out to 90 degrees. Keep it up here where you can watch it here. That looks pretty good. Okay, so that's going to be our hanger right there. And what we're going to do with that now, we're going to take a piece of U-cane right here, and we're going to stick it in here. And this is the easier of the two ways to do it. We've split the U-cane right here. We're going to set that in there like that. We're going to put our glass in, which we've ground back here. You can see it's been ground back, so there'll be a place for this leg to go. I'm just going to use a piece of old U-cane right here to hold that tight. Okay, then what we're going to do, we're going to take another piece here, just like this one here, with another notch in it, and it's going to go in here like that. They're going to butt together. Then we're going to take our other piece on the side. It's notched out also, and it's going to go right here. But I cut a small piece of H-cane that would be inserted in here to go right where we want it to go, to line up with our, push it down here to line it up with our, right where the joint is at. That'll give it a good strength. And then we'll just pin it. Then what you'd do when you get ready to solder, you'd solder this whole joint right here, and then you'd come up on top here and solder in both sides of this. Okay, all right, we made the straight one here with the split U-cane. That was the one we did this, and we cut a couple notches in it, and our hanger came through there. This area around here where the hanger would go through would obviously get soldered shut. If you want to do a little cleaner looking one, we're going to take a piece of U-cane. It'd be the length of whatever your project is, and we're going to take right here. We're going to drill a 3/32 hole in here, and we're going to take our cotter pin and we're going to insert it in the hole just like this. Okay, I'll move these out of the way here. And then I'm going to use a drill vise. Not everybody will have one of these, so the split way might be the best for you if you're just getting started. But anyway, we're going to take the drill vise and we're going to set this down here with the loop on the cotter pin into the jaws of the drill vise. I'm going to tighten it up fairly tight, and I'm going to reach in here all the way down, and I'm going to bend this down. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to bend this down. Okay, you see these are still sticking up and they're springy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a little punch right here along with my hammer, and I'm going to tap it down just like that. So now they're down against the cane. Normally what I do when I do that is I come in here right in the center of this and I solder it. It doesn't have to be a pretty solder joint just to hold it, and it's all you want to do. But then what that gives you is that gives you your hanger without any solder around the edge of it, which makes it look nice. So you move that out of the way. This would sit in here like this. Here again for a demonstration, we're going to use the same pieces of side glass. We're going to insert this one right here. I'm going to put this in here like that. Put our down piece of U-came right here. We'd line it up with our cotter pin so it'd be nice and straight. There we go. Put it right like that. And there, we got another one on the side, all ready to go. Here's what one looks like that's all finished, okay? So I'll get it up here close so you can look at it here. So that's what it looks like. Here's what it looks like inside when it's been soldered. And I just soldered that shut there just a little bit to keep it from moving around. Here again, I recommend if you're going to use this, be sure to put a down piece somewhere. If it can't be right where your hanger's at, make it close, because otherwise, when you start to hang this after a while, you will notice that here's your U-came. You'll notice that wherever the hanger's at, pretty soon, especially if there's a lot of wind, pretty soon you'll notice that it's starting to bow away from your glass, and that's not a real good look, because you'll get a look that looks somewhat like this, where the hanger's at, it's starting to pull away, and you'll get this crooked look in here instead of this being straight. So keep that in mind as you do that. So I hope you'll give this a try. You can make all kinds of hangers for all kinds of different things that you're doing: sun catchers, solar lanterns, anything that you want to hang, especially if you're going to hang it outside. And like I said before, if you're into copper foil and you're concerned about just soldering a ring onto something you've tinned around the outside edge, consider wrapping it in a say a 7/32 U-came like this one here. It's very easy to do. It solders good, and you can go from there and put your project together. So hope you enjoyed this, and it's a short one for me. So give it a try and see if you have some luck with it.